with Mikey Mahtook. Got the boys in. I got Lloyd. We got J. Mitch. We got Jackie Boy.
He tried to jump up, and he might have knocked it in.
Good timing. Let's go. What a start to the Monday. I mean, I'm from Lafayette. My boys will come in and say,
oh, God. So me and Joe on the ground. I got Joe in the headlock. And he's sitting there. He's punching me in the stomach. Like, punching me.
Here, is everyone sitting around? Who here thinks Ochinko can practice today after having 5 full beers? And he goes, Chad Jones, right? Chad's doing the 6 minutes. For 7 minutes, right? Chad's like, no, man, I don't think Ochinko can practice today. And I was like, I look back, I'm like, Jesus Christ. I saw you there. You're more fucked up than me.
On the spirit plane had some issues, I think. She was sleep farting.
you heard her or you just thought it was her?
I sat right next to her and I smelled it.
Whoa. What was that?
Good show.
I don't even know what I'd be doing.
Now, when you do go to spring training, are you gonna bring your chinchilla and your turtle?
My dad tell you about it?
The SEC is, God, they hate fat people. I mean, I get crushed for that. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
Hey, just the South, bro. You got a bunch of food down here. Like they should.
Players, look at Lloyd.
You know what, Lloyd?
You're looking for a recruiting coordinator, coach. I'm here.
He's like, I'll piss my pants right now.
No way.
We're wearing gray pants, long gray pants. He goes, I'll piss my pants right now.
Hello. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Today's Friday, March 21st. LSU is on the road. First big road game of the week, road series of the year. They play tonight, 7 o'clock, SEC Network. Nice. I guess it's not nationally televised. I guess it is nationally televised, but, like, you have to have SEC Network to have it. But nationally televised game. Obviously, 2 top 10 teams, 2 blue bloods in college baseball. We're going to have a lot of conversation throughout the course of the show on the preview of the game. A lot of good matchups, a lot of good things that Texas does. Obviously, LSU's offense is going to be challenged with a really, really talented pitching staff. We'll get into all of that. March Madness is madness, right?
Not so mad.
Will Wade is.
That's a different kind of
that's
mad.
the madness. Will Wade and McNeese. Will Wade led McNeese to their first ever NCAA tournament win. They were a 12 seed. They upset Clemson, who was a 5 seed. Made it a little interesting at the end. Got tight. I think they're up by like 24 at one point. Played really well. Then move on to the second round of 32. Will Wade also has accepted the job at NC State.
Texas might come calling.
I know a lot of people are probably sick of hearing the whole Will Wade LSU stuff. That's just the reality of where we're at. It's a conversation. It's always going to be a conversation. I think everybody understands, what happened? This is why you got rid of him, blah, blah, blah. It sucked. I don't think anybody wanted to get rid of him. That's just the reality of what happened. And it's a shame that he's not here because he was a very good basketball coach for us. But The reality of the situation is he is not here. He is not back in the SEC. He is going to NC State, allegedly. And congratulations to the Cowboys for getting their first win. And congratulations to Will Wade for getting a new job and getting back in the Power 4 of college basketball. I think he's earned that. He's deserved that. McNeese was terrible and then became really good really quickly. Brandon Murray. Is it Brandon Murray?
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Murray. Fifth year, fourth school that he's been to. LSU, Georgetown, Ole Miss, McNeese. All right?
And probably somewhere else.
Puts up 21 points and leads the team to victory. So congratulations to them. Another guy who's been in college football for a long time is going to be in college football for even longer.
Let's go!
Your boy, John Emery, gets granted his 7th year of eligibility. Doesn't mean he's playing at LSU. Has not announced where he's going to be.
Booey.
But 7th year, working on that PhD.
A lot of people go to school for 7 years.
Yeah, they're called doctors.
He's a doctorate of football.
But look, he's had two years in a row because of ACL stuff. It's very sad. But he's persevered through it. Really good kid. Obviously, we've been rooting for him because of all the injuries he had to go through. And so he got granted a 7th year of eligibility. We'll see where he lands. But best of luck to him. Last night, college baseball started for the weekend. Tennessee at Alabama, 2 undefeated teams in the SEC. Both teams obviously swept their opening weekend playing each other. Tennessee is the number 1 team in the country, maybe was the number 1 team in the country. Lost a midweek game to East Tennessee State. They go to Alabama. Alabama and Tennessee played a really good game. Really good outfield defense specifically. Some timely hitting, some really good pitching. And Alabama ends up prevailing 7-6 or 8-7. 1-run game. I know it was a 1-run game. They had the little sidearm frisbee slider throwing closer who I absolutely cannot stand facing those types of guys. Doesn't throw very hard. Comes in there, shuts the door down.
6-5.
6-5. I knew it was a 1-run game. Both high-scoring offenses, 2 of the best offenses in the country, were kind of limited a little bit offensively by the pitching staff, so credit to both staffs for keeping that offense down. But Tennessee goes down game 1. They play game 2 tonight against Alabama in Alabama and try to avoid losing the series tonight. But really good college baseball game last night. There was another game, A&M. A&M just can't figure it out right now. They are.
Hey, wait! Can we also, before we go too far on this, real quick, we may have or may not have last week mentioned Alabama. Sneaky. That's all I'm saying. We may have or may have not mentioned last year.
If Alabama, and they're only ranked 12th in the country right now, because I feel like they haven't really been given the love that they probably deserve. If they go out and they win this series against Tennessee, I would imagine they're going to jump up probably in the top 5 in the ranking going to come next week.
I think that Tennessee has already probably been shuffled out of that 1 spot. If I had to guess.
You'd have to imagine, obviously, unless LSU slips up this weekend, probably no matter what.
Yeah. Alabama from 12 to 1.
From 12 to 1.
6 to midnight.
Potentially. It happens. It's happened before, I think, in baseball. I don't know how big of a jump it's ever.
They might stay there. If they win the series, they might stay there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well,
I just know LeBron's balling.
Listen, Alabama's playing good baseball. Tennessee's playing good baseball. That was a very well-played baseball game last night. And Alabama ends up holding on, winning. Tennessee was up 2-0. Alabama comes all the way back. I think Alabama ended up being up 6-2. Tennessee gets back up to gets it to 6-5. Had runners on first and second, no outs in the 8th inning. And they kept the lefty in who gave up the 2 guys.
Double play.
Gives up a double play to your boy LeBron. Catches a little soft liner and hose the guy at first base. Bad base running with the guy at first. Double play. They get out of the inning. They bring their closer in, throws an inning in a third, gets the save, and moves on to the next game. A little chippiness at the end of the game. I guess the Alabama fans, which I don't love the Alabama players going to the fans and like, hey, it's game 1 of the series. You do that at the end of the series. When you go and you give high fives to fans, thanks for the support. Great. Yeah, it's awesome. But you still got 2 more games. You go right through Tennessee's team huddle on the outfield. Obviously, things get chippy because it's an emotional game. It's sports. It's competitiveness. And so nothing really happens. It separates. But I would imagine that there's going to be a little bit extra chippiness
That's buzz a tower.
Tonight, which is great. Alabama's already on social media right now saying, hey, We got to fill out the stadium. We got to fill the stadium. When your team is as good as it is, you shouldn't be begging for fans. Matchup like this, they should be there. They should show up without you begging. We'll see what happens. But
I didn't see this chippiness.
I didn't see it. Only reason I saw it is because instead of changing the channel once the game was over, I kept it on there and went to get some water, and I came back, and then Dave Neal was talking about there being this little skerfuffle out in the outfield.
I saw that because I waited a good bit because I just didn't change the channel.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I saw LeBron do his interview that run to the team, and they weren't very excited to see them as he was to see them, which I thought was odd. But I didn't see what happened after. But that's more on
Alabama.
Yes.
I don't say it's on Alabama. It's just why are you going? I know you're trying to be supportive of your fans, but it's game 1 of the series.
Also, you don't have to run through the team huddle.
Right.
That's more of the problem.
Even though that's where the student section or where the section that you're going to is, it's just, But regardless, that's not what we're here to talk about. I mean, we're going to mention it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the SEC, go around the SEC this week and talk gambling a little bit. But before I really get into the meat and potatoes of this, we're here at our home in Indigo. IndigoPapers.com. It's a beautiful website if you've never been there. Go check it out. They've got all types of goodies that you can order. Seltzers, tinctures, chews, gummies, pouches, whatever you need. Whatever floats your boat, they've got it. They've been so gracious to give us a promo code, which means they're gracious to you as their customers to give you a little discount. Mik'd 15. Go to their website. Any order that you have with the entry of an email address, use Mik'd 15. You'll get 15% off of your order.
Get a bundle.
Listen, they got a lot of things in there. Really good stuff.
Get a
really
bundle.
Good stuff.
Anything that you want. It's very seltzer heavy because they've been coming out with new flavors that are delicious.
Seltzers are great.
And then you have the syrups, the tinctures, anything you wanted to get hot.
Just go navigate through it. You'd be surprised on all the stuff that they offer.
And if you really float your boat, don't not be afraid to check out the countdown to CannaFest.
That's it.
21 days.
We will have some more conversations about that as it gets closer. I think we'll be giving away some tickets to CannaFest. 2 tickets to CannaFest.
Oh, I emceed the event last year. Great time.
We
Good vibes.
We will have the giveaway here coming up probably next week. And it's a good place. Lloyd, you've been there. You've emceed it a couple times.
Emceed the event. Was never nervous, as they say.
Never nervous.
Yeah, with the products around, it was kind of hard. Felt like you said.
Never nervous when you're prepared. You know what I mean?
Had no note cards and everything.
Yeah, good. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about this LSU Texas series. LSU, obviously, number 2 team in the country, potentially the number 1 team in the country next week again. Texas ranks in the top 10 or top 5, depending on what polls you are looking at. Texas offers a challenge to LSU that they haven't really faced quite yet. They have a pitching staff that has been very good. They have limited their opponents to I think they have a team ERA of 3.22. I think that's 3rd or 4th best in the SEC. And so LSU's hot offense is going to get their first really big challenge on the road, hostile environment against a really good pitching staff. I'm anxious to see how the offense responds to an uptick in talent on the mound, but also how this offense, or this complete offense that we've seen, is able to combat the pitching staff of Texas. Right, last year they relied heavily on the home run. We've talked about it a lot. They haven't relied on the home run as much this year. They're hitting them, but they're not relying on them. And I think when you go into a series with a pitching staff of this type of this caliber, I think a complete offense obviously sets you apart from an offense that relies solely on the homer. What's your take on that, Jay?
I agree with that. I also, when I think about it too, this weekend to me, it's really going to be about, I want to see how the pitching staff of LSU rebounds. I want to see how they can kind of bounce back. I want to see if they can get, and I'm not expecting the numbers we saw over the first 2 weeks. Obviously, that'd be great if you could do it. But I want to see if they can get back to kind of throwing strikes, commanding, demanding, and pounding the zone the way they did those first 2 to 3 weeks of the season. And if they can get back to doing that, then I want to see what kind of results that kind of performance will bear. Because I do think that this team is that good. And if they can get back into the zone as frequent and as aggressively as they did it early on, that's what I want to see, how that kind of plays out with this kind of talent and this kind of competition. So I'm excited to see what this pitching staff will do going on the road, because we talked about it before and Jay mentioned that, which we didn't even really know. They have one guy on the pitching staff right now before last weekend that had thrown a single SEC out. So to go back this week, you're going to have to do it now on the road at a place that we expect to be charged up, right? This is their first ever SEC series against LSU. Obviously LSU came here last year, but they were not, or 2 years ago, but they were not part of the SEC. To see him do it in this fashion on a team that's playing as well as Texas is playing right now, I think the environment is going to be electric, and I want to see this pitching staff settle themselves and pitch to their ability and not to their emotions, if you will.
100%. And I think that, LSU's pitching staff came in with a lot of hype and a lot of talent. Texas' pitching staff we talked about is really good. Texas has it's going to be lefty-lefty matchup today. Cade Anderson is going up against a senior, Jared Spencer. Cade Anderson's 4-0 with a 2.57 ERA. Jared Spencer's 2-0 with a 2.36 ERA, right? So you have two aces going on tonight. One guy, obviously senior, been in college baseball for 4 years, got some experience, has put up really good numbers, 36 strikeouts in 26 innings, only 10 walks. And Cade Anderson's been better than that, 48 strikeouts, 28 innings pitched, 8 walks. And you go game 2, and I think this is going to be the big one, right? Game 3, they have a TBA. They haven't had their starter announced. But game 2 for Texas.
Do not miss those days.
No, I do not miss those days. I do not. Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? Johnny Holstaff. That's who's going to do it. Game 2, we have Anthony Ianson, 3-0 with a 3.9, 27 innings pitched and 40 strikeouts. He's been really good. Only 6 walks. Has given up some runs over the last few weeks, really last week. That was his shortest outing of the year. I think that was kind of a mirage. It was kind of not truly who he is as a pitcher. He gave up some soft contact hits, and it's just one of those things that just kind of unfolded. But he's going up against another left-handed pitcher for Texas. Luke Harrison's 2-0 with a 2.08 ERA. 21 innings pitched, 24 walks. 24 strikeouts and 10 walks. So that game 2 for me is going to be, obviously game 1 tonight, it's a big one. But game 2, it's going to be interesting to see how Ianson rebounds against the starter for Texas, who's had a lot of success early on in the season. No?
No, I mean,
I thought,
yeah.
I was waiting for you to say something.
No, dude, that's fine. That's great. Tonight's a big factor to me. Like we could sit here and go to games 2 and games 3, but I think we've already talked about so much that this bullpen of LSU is so deep and it's so talented. Tonight, what Cade is able to do, how long Cade is able to stretch it, how long Cade is able to either keep this team in the game and or just extend innings because you're playing with the win. For me, that gives me an idea to see what they do next week, because the longer he's able to go, remember what he did last week allowed them to say, hey, we can pull Ianson after 3 1/3 this next game, because they felt they would still be okay the next game to get where they needed to get. So watching Cade tonight, for me, that's the big differentiator for them, because the longer he's able to go and the better they're able to play behind him, it frees up the rest of that extensive and very talented bullpen that they have to be able to use throughout the rest of the weekend. So it's like, yeah, I could sit here and say, oh, it's a key for me to where what Ianson's going to do. But if Cade gives you 7 and you have the whole bullpen at your expense, right? You don't have to have a long leash for the starter. And I think that conversation is probably being understood in that clubhouse, and they understand, like, it's not so much that we don't trust you, but it's we have so many available pieces. And the better you go, the better you are, the longer you'll stay out there. But the main goal is to win game after game after game. Yep. And if I don't have to literally just extend you because we don't have anything else out there, well, then that's kind of the role, or that's kind of the way it seems like Jay's going to go about it. So I think the real key to it is how does your Friday night starter do? How long is he able to go? How long is he able to last in this 9-inning thing? And I think that's going to be a big telltale for this team heading into Saturday and Sunday.
Do you think the games this weekend are going to be more of like a low-scoring pitcher's duel, or do you think that there's going to be some runs scored?
I think 2 of the 3 will be a decently low-scoring game. I do.
Which 2?
I don't know the order.
You don't know the order?
I don't know the order of it. I think tonight's got a real opportunity to be one of the 2, and then I think there's a good chance that either Saturday or Sunday will. I just do.
I think so too. I think the next 2 games, I think today and tomorrow, I think are going to be very highly competitive. And if there are, I don't think there's going to be super large offensive numbers as far as runs scored. And if there is, it's because it was like, if a team wins by 4 or 5, I believe it's going to be because there's like a 3-run home run in like the 8th inning or something to kind of extend a lead, not because it was been a blowout the whole game. But I think the runs, look, and that is why we talked about before. That is why the run line, the over/under is what, 10.5?
Yes.
Tonight.
Yeah.
That's as low as I've seen it for an LSU baseball game this year.
10.5. 6.5 gives you the
Get you the over.
Gets you over.
And this is coming off Spencer's, I guess you could say, quote unquote, worst start against Mississippi State. 5 2/3, 5 earned, but 7 strikeouts. Electric stuff from the left side, like throws 93, 95, wipeout slider. You can see how he can dominate a baseball game. But if you're LSU, like you talk about the bullpen on LSU's side, if you're A&M, you desperately need a.
You're going to A&M now.
No, for Texas. Excuse
Okay.
me. If you're on Texas's side, you saw what they did in the midweek where they had to go 12 innings through 6 guys. If you can touch up Spencer early and make them go to the bullpen,
For sure.
that sets up the rest of the series for you.
100%, because they're already kind of depleted. I don't want to say depleted because it's still early enough in the season, but they've used a lot more guys on Tuesday than they wanted to. Or was it Wednesday? Wednesday than they wanted to. Only 1 day off in between this next outing. And so if you're able to get back into that bullpen again, that sets them back for Saturday and Sunday for the rest of the weekend.
No, it was Tuesday because we asked Jay about it on Wednesday. So it's
right,
Tuesday night.
So you get a couple of days off, so it's not going to be as
much leverage.
Like you're going to get a couple of days rest. But if you do it again, you know what I mean, that also puts them at a lot of stressful innings, back to back.
Yeah, especially when you have a starter, as we know from last year, if you have a Sunday TBA, that's somebody that you probably would rely on coming out the bullpen, or somebody that you would like to come in a high leverage situation that you can kind of scratch off the list for Sunday.
Well, and look, and here's another thing. And I don't know, and Jared, you could check me on this. I'm not sure the exact number. It just feels like from watching the SEC so far this year, there's a lot more elite left-handed starting pitching in the SEC than there has been in the recent past. And, you have a guy tonight for Texas who's low to mid-90s as a lefty, has good strikeout numbers, is going to face an LSU lineup that has, righties and lefties, but a lot of lefties in their lineup and off the bench, right? A lot of decisions Jay's going to have to make. Does Jay put Fry in, run with the hot hand as the right-hander versus the lefty? Does he play? I would imagine he's going to start Braswell again, righty against the lefty. Or does he play Jake Brown and Pearson, who have both shown that they could go, they can leave the yard lefty-lefty. So there's a lot of decisions, but that's going to be happening all year because there's a lot of really good top-end lefties in the SEC.
Yeah, so to touch on the Fry conversation, I think it's fair to say whether it's righty, lefty, bowling ball, two-handed chest pass, there's probably an at-bat for him somewhere in the game tonight.
For sure.
Because of what he's been able to do recently. It's hard for me to believe that you're literally not going to say, hey, I think this is a spot. So I would expect to see him at some point tonight.
Do you think he starts?
To the lefty conversation. No, I don't. But I do think Jay won't be afraid to pinch hit him in the 4th or the 5th. Won't be afraid to pinch hit him at some point in the game. Like I think, and I say the 4th or the 5th, like if for some reason those guys get through or whoever starts is through 2 at-bats, I don't think Jay's afraid to have him have 2 at-bats in a game. So 4th or 5th or 6th, somewhere in that area is very possible for him to come in, get 2 at-bats. Obviously, he'll have to play defense as well. So I think that's an opportunity for him. The left-handed arms, yeah, man, like there's some better left-handed arms right now. I do think the actual quality of them is still yet to be seen. This conference is a beast, man, and moving forward, I think it kind of gets distorted what you kind of see early on in the year. And I think moving forward, we're going to get a much better idea of just how good those arms are, because they're not typically, or I won't say typically, they're not yet, quote unquote, proven in this conference yet.
No, I get that. And I'm just saying based off of, like I said, I haven't watched them long enough. I'm just saying based off of how the rotations are set up, there's a lot of Friday night guys in the SEC right now that are left-handed starters.
Hell, you're seeing 5 and 6 games.
5 and 6 games.
And I agree.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm saying what I'm saying is because, you're 100%. Like, there is a lot of left-handed starters right now, but there are also guys we haven't seen do it here yet. So while the perception and while the stuff may be up there, we also need the production of it to be up there as well. And that's what's yet to be seen. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no doubt. But it'll be interesting. And Curiel, obviously, he's a lefty. He's been shown that he's going to be able to handle it. This will be his biggest challenge as a college baseball player in the SEC. It's going to be an interesting series. It's going to be a fun series.
Lefty, you think they start him off fastball?
I mean, he's the first batter of the game. He's probably going to get a first pitch fastball.
Would you hunt?
Yeah, of course. You're always until you start hitting first pitch homers out on fastballs, you're not going to get a breaking ball at first pitch of the game. So. But that's not his game.
That's why I brought the question up.
That's not his game.
He likes to see a lot of pitches, but if he's only going to get maybe one.
But he's proven that he's okay getting deep in counts.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah, not having to go and ambush a guy. And he may, but I don't think that's like a game play. Hey, let me go get this because I don't think I'm going to get another pitch to hit. I think it's, hey, let me go get this because I know he's going to come with a fastball and I'm just going to be aggressive early in the count. But if I miss it or foul it off, I'm all right.
I am interested to see because of how, for no other word, like nasty that slider is that he has against the lefty. If he does go with a more, I'm sure you'll see. My first inclination was obviously Roswell at third because of the defensive factor that he also plays and being righty-lefty bat, but the experience factor as well when you put in, like that's what I think Pearson will play right or DH, one of the two. And I don't know if I wouldn't lump Brown into the experience thing.
I think Pearson is going to be I think it's going to be Pearson or Fry in the DH spot.
Then I would put.
Because I think Brown will be in the outfield.
Okay, then I put Pearson at DH.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I think. I think Brown will start right. I think you'll have Stanfield in center and you'll have Curiel in left.
Is there ever a world where we see Fry in the outfield?
I'm sure. Has he not played the outfield yet this year?
Yeah.
He's only DH, really.
I mean, he had 2 at-bats last game. He had to play the field.
No, he DH'd.
He DH'd.
He DH'd the game. Yeah, you're right.
He came in and pinch hit. I'm sorry. Yeah,
he came in.
But did he pinch hit for the DH spot?
I think it's there.
I think so.
But that may. So for right now, that may be his pinch hit spot in that DH spot. But I do think there's a world where he ends up playing the outfield. I mean, we all know he can.
Yeah. No, he's. He's swinging a hot bat. Lefty with some nasty stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's hard for me to. I mean, that one's. I think Braswell starts. That's the one spot in the lineup that I'm not really sure.
Yeah, what they do.
What they did
I said
today.
the same thing this morning because I was going through it and I just thought maybe you go with the experience because of what happened the last time. Jay had this conversation where he's talking to Tutko in the dugout. And he's talked about how he scoured for 2 hours over if he should put Pearson in right, if he should put Fry at DH, like what should they do in terms of lefty-lefty matchups, and then Pearson goes Bo in his first at bat in the first inning, 2-run shot, and they're like, you said he's punching Tutko's like, we figured it out for the first inning, but we were sweating for nothing.
Yeah, I don't think Jay has an issue. Like I think Josh Pearson's proven that he can hit lefties. But I think if there's any type of percentage advantage that Jay could get, he's probably going to try to take it, whether it's the right move or not.
Do you think if we stumbled into those numbers, we'd even know what we were looking at?
Yeah.
Do you think I would know what I'm looking like if I found the trade secrets? I feel like it's so.
I think that they're not looking at any other stats that other people aren't seeing. They're just interpreting it the way they want to interpret it. Right? Like, hey, these are the numbers. Like, let's take those numbers and make our decision with it. And then you use some of your eyeballs, which is why he kept Josh Pearson in against the lefty and hit the homer.
Gut stuff.
Yep.
You know? So I think it's just it's a combination of.
I think at this point, when you talk about Josh Pearson, like, man, it doesn't really matter if he's in or out of the lineup. Like, I think Jay has a strong belief in what he probably thinks he's going to get out of him. I think when the times you see him out of the lineup, if you will, he just may be playing the percentages of what he's seeing at the moment and maybe what the papers are telling him at that time. But I don't think, like, if you see Josh Pearson out of the lineup, I don't think I don't think he can hit. Mm-hmm. I think over the years, he's already shown that he trusts that guy with almost every situation or pretty much every situation that there is when it comes to how a game plays out and what goes on.
1,000,000%. And I just, it's going to be a feel thing for him. It's going to be a preference thing, and what he thinks is the guy. I don't think there's a wrong or right answer. Obviously, by the results of it, what they do could be the wrong or the right answer, but you don't know that going in.
No, and he has the luxury to be able to fix it if he wants, pretty quickly.
Right. But I would think I'd almost put 100% on it that Braswell is going to start, based off of what we saw last weekend.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
All right, let's go around the SEC before we start talking gambling. Well, I guess gambling and going around the SEC could potentially go hand in hand, right? So let's pull it up.
I have one bet in already.
I have a parlay in.
Oh.
Yep, I told y'all what it was.
I made one bet yesterday.
I'm going to make a bunch of other bets, but this is my parlay.
I made one bet yesterday. One
What'd
for
you do?
one. Don't make a bracket. I just bet the bracket. McNeese money line.
I have McNeese going to
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
Get one over Purdue.
Wow.
Yeah. I was in first place in my bracket yesterday. We'll see what happens
I'm
today.
shocked more people didn't pick McNeese.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I know
that one. And that wasn't even like I guess a little bit of familiarity played with it a little bit, but I was all in on that one. I wasn't bought in on Clemson basketball. I'm just not.
Yeah, and look, we're a lot closer to it than most, right? Like, we know how Will Wade is, how he coaches, what he does in these types of tournaments. But if you're looking at it from not Louisiana's perspective, McNeese is a 12 seed. Yeah, they're playing really well, but they've never won a game in the NCAA tournament. They're playing against an ACC team in Clemson who has been good.
Coach is leaving.
Yeah, like,
they're not going to play for him.
No, they love playing for him.
Oh, yeah, like, actually, it's
and
an
Will
audition.
Wade, I think they have to realize Will Wade. People were talking, coach can leave anywhere. Will Wade knew this was going to happen because he restructured his contract last year because he knew after this year he was gone. So he restructured it to benefit McNeese and say, hey, listen, I want you. There needs to be a buyout because now I got one more year left. I know that I'm going. You know that my goal is to get back into Power 5. I deserve to be in a Power 5. So why don't we restructure it? You can take some money for when someone does come and get me, and you get some benefit from it.
Yeah, he extended his contract, I think, like a 5-year deal. So whenever inevitably an offer did come, you got to pay the buyout to
money.
McNeese. So we're all made whole. We're all good here, right?
No doubt.
Yep. And for the people that didn't know, it's like, the locker room's not going to want to play for him. Their coach said he's leaving. Like, he looked everybody in the eye, like, before the year. It's like, boys, this might be our last ride.
Yeah, let's go do something
special. If you're
special.
good enough, you can hop on the wagon.
Yeah, let's go do something special. Like, let's go. Whether it's me or not, like, you're setting yourself up for wherever you want to go after, right? So kudos to them. The team, they're playing good basketball. Brandon Murray doing his thing.
But that sets me up for my next pick.
Yep.
Baseball.
I
only have one pick so far.
Okay.
LSU. You can only bet money line. I think it's minus 125. Not bad.
Wait, no. You can bet the run line, can't you?
Mm-mm.
I thought I could. Maybe not. Okay.
But money line, I think it's minus 125, and then I took the over at 10.5.
Did I just mess my bet up and not put LSU in it?
Well, then just take them standalone. Then whatever you put in on the parlay, put LSU on, so you can feel happy either way.
I am. This app is the fucking worst.
Sponsor us.
Takes forever. Yes, please. All right. So Georgia, Florida.
Line.
The line is 1.5.
I believe it's Florida-Georgia line.
Hey, Florida's playing at home, so I went away team first. Spread is 1.5, and if you want to take Florida money line, it's minus 180. Georgia money line plus 150. What do we like in that series? Betting, and what do we want to see, or what are we expecting to see in that? Georgia's obviously offense has been explosive, but they play in Athens. That stadium is a bandbox. Easy to hit homers. Yeah. Florida's got some really good arms. They're coming off a sweep against Tennessee. They're playing at home.
Swept.
Coming off getting swept against Tennessee. They're playing at home. They obviously don't want to go 0-4. What do we like?
I got some tough spot for Florida right here, but they got a couple of arms out that are big for them. They got a couple position players out that are big for them. I see them losing the series, probably not getting swept right here because I'm just not that completely bought in on the pitching staff of Georgia yet. So I'm going to go Georgia wins the series. I think Florida salvages at least one win, but I think this is going to be a tough stretch for them right now until they kind of get a little bit healthier.
Yeah, Jay, we were talking about this off the air a little bit, but there's this now, because of the way the rules have changed in the SEC at least, the availability report, which is now available for all eyes to see. The initial report has at least three people out for Florida: outfielder Kyle Jones, 2 left-handed pitchers, and 2 questionable, an infielder and a right-handed pitcher. So I have not watched Georgia or Florida play. I just watched LSU up to this point, but I will get there when I get there. I watched Tennessee and Alabama last night, so when I find it, I'll watch it. So give me Florida at home for the first one.
I'm taking Florida too. I have them in my parlay at -1.5.
Oh,
I took the run line.
Wait, so we're just wait.
I took
time
the
out.
spread.
So we're just doing. I know y'all got the spread and everything, but y'all literally just want to know about tonight's game because I kind of was giving it on the actual series.
Oh, I mean, we can talk about the series, but also the game tonight. Like, I think they win. I don't think they go 0-4 in conference to start. I think they win tonight against Georgia. I think they win the series against Georgia too.
I think they lose tonight and lose the series, but they will get one this weekend.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I have them winning tonight by 2 runs.
By 2 runs.
Yep. Auburn at Kentucky. Don't know much about them. Auburn's been playing good baseball. Kentucky's been, you know how Kentucky's going to play. They're gonna try to throw strikes. They're gonna try to get you out. They're gonna try to small ball you to death. They're playing at Kentucky. Kentucky is the favorite. No, Auburn is the favorite. Nope, Kentucky is the favorite.
Oh, it's going back and forth like that.
My bad.
Hanging on your every word.
Kentucky is the favorite. They're favored by spreads 1.5. Plus money if you got 1.5. Plus 105.
I got Kentucky winning tonight, and I got Kentucky winning the series, but not sweeping. I just think Mingione puts a high premium on game-to-game wins when he can get one. For them to kind of come out of last weekend the way they did, he understands the urgency in this weekend a little bit. And this team, in particular, Mingione, how he coaches the team, they are not afraid to play small ball, and they're not afraid to put pressure on you early, often, and pretty much all the time. In terms of situations when they need wins. I see them winning a series. I see them winning tonight.
I like this. We're 2 for 2 on going against each other. I like Auburn tonight and to win the series.
There you go.
I like that. I have Auburn in my parlay money line, not run line.
How'd your parlay do?
Not great last week, but this is all SEC. This is the first one. We gotta get warm. I only have 4 teams instead of 7 teams like I had last week, so better.
Better.
You learned it. I like it. You like it. I learned it. Just put every team in it.
Yeah.
Bet the weekend.
Yeah, just bet the whole weekend.
It'd
be great. It'd be great to get one.
Yeah.
All right. So we went to those 2: Georgia, Florida, Auburn, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Missouri. What we got?
Ole Miss.
I definitely got Ole Miss.
I saw maybe Missouri wins on Saturday.
I don't know if they sweep them, but I think Ole Miss wins the series, and I have Ole Miss winning the game tonight, obviously.
Yeah. I'm with you. Ole Miss tonight. Ole Miss wins the series. I will start to reevaluate my idea or my eye, I guess you could say, on Ole Miss if they're able to sweep this weekend too. Still the SEC. You watch Missouri play some pretty good ball last weekend, right? Like I don't know. We'll see. I got Ole Miss winning the series, but not sweeping and winning tonight.
All right. Tennessee, Alabama. Game 2 of the series, Friday night. Alabama coming off a big win on Thursday. Obviously, a little chippiness happened after the game. Alabama's ranked 12th. Tennessee's ranked 1. Tennessee's on a 2-game skid.
What is the run like? What's the money line and the run line?
Oh, you want to go? Yeah, sorry.
I just want to know because after what you said with the chippiness and Tennessee losing 2 in a row, and if you give Tony Vitello an inch, he will take a mile.
Tennessee is favored by 1.5.
What's the money?
-170.
Oof. I mean, yeah, Tennessee if you can. If you don't have to, if it's all things are created equal, but I would still take Tennessee. I might even take them. Might even take the run line.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I took a -1.5. I think they win tonight.
That offense plays.
And the pitching, I think the thing about it, the pitching staff plays.
Mm-hmm.
They before going into yesterday, they had an ERA of 1.96 as a pitching staff, team ERA. So I like Tennessee to win this one and get back on the winning ways. That sets up for a great Saturday rubber match against Tennessee and Alabama. Jay?
Yeah, this is a good one, man. I spoke about Alabama in terms of like put them on a watch list, and I don't mean like in a bad way. I think if they're able to get it done this weekend in terms of winning a series, it's a very loud statement to make early in the year with the way they've been playing. But I'm taking Tennessee to win the series. That's just where I'm at.
Okay.
Well,
obviously, that means you have to win tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can't go to the first game because they already won last night, so
Right.
I'm taking Tennessee to win the series,
And
which
the
means they
way,
got to win two.
the way that Alabama reacted after winning game 1. I feel like it was.
That was
That's
their,
the
it's
other
almost like
thing.
that was their World Series. Yeah, like there's levels to doing what you do, and that ain't the end all be all. That's great to take a Friday night win against the number 1 team in the country, but that's not a victory lap, and that's kind of where they were. So I expect the experience factor and the kind of tradition, and I guess you can kind of say that Tennessee's kind of grown over the past recent years. I expect that to kind of like take another step this weekend.
That's what fuels their fire.
For sure. All right. This one is interesting to me because Vanderbilt's favored by 1.5. If you took 1.5, took the run line 1.5, it's plus 120. Texas A&M versus Vanderbilt. Texas A&M's lost their first 4 games. They lost last night. First 4 games in the SEC. They were the unanimous consensus number 1 team in the country preseason. Obviously, they've gotten off to a very, very slow start, but they're 0-4 in conference. They're playing at Vandy. Does A&M win this game?
They're 11-10.
I know.
I got them winning tonight. I do. And I hate this. I got them winning tonight, and I don't know, man. I think they might fall another series here.
Yeah.
They could get a win tonight and get disappointed through the rest of the series. Or, I don't know. That's what I got on this one. They are at Vandy, so I can easily see them losing tonight. I got them winning tonight, losing the series.
I have them winning. I took the money line.
Do you know who A&M is throwing?
Who is it?
Justin Lampkin.
Okay. He's been in the rotation all weekend.
And that's what I'm saying.
Another lefty, right? That's another lefty, right?
It is.
Yeah.
But I just because that's these are guys that we've known that we've seen play and have played well, like Prager.
It's not the starting pitching for them. It's the back end of the bullpen that has blown games.
Yep.
That's a bad feeling.
Yes. Not great.
Which to me usually always doesn't really say like it's a talent thing. That always kind of gives you that feel like you're in your own head in terms of what you believe you can do and can't do and where the belief is. And when that confidence ball gets rolling, wherever it gets rolling, man, that shit's a hell of a drug and it's hard to overcome. And it seems like they're stuck in that bad side of that ball rolling right now. And until it stops, we won't see it. So like I don't know if it stops this weekend. I just don't.
Who's their coach?
Michael Early.
First year guy, huh?
Yeah.
That's a tough
First-year
spot
guy.
to be in.
Tough spot.
It
When
is.
Tough spot.
You see Texas winning like
He's built for it, but it's a tough spot to be in, man. So it's like, it starts at the top, bow in your neck, and kind of figuring it out. And I think that's the message that he's continuing to try to infuse into the group. And it's when and how strongly does it hit with them, and then when do they take off? I'm just not sure it's this weekend.
As a young head coach, getting through this and then getting on the other side and actually playing well and saying, "Hey, we righted the ship," it's gonna prove huge for him in the future of his career, right? Like it's gonna be like, "Hey, I've been in this situation year 1. We were able to get right, and we were able to kind of take off after that." Like that'd be a huge momentum builder in his young career as a head coach, if they're able to get this thing right. So, but I'm with you. I got A&M winning this game. And listen, it only takes one to get hot. We'll see what happens. I don't even know if I want to predict the whole series. I just want to predict this game. I have A&M winning this one. South Carolina at Arkansas. Maneri went 1-2 last weekend, right? South Carolina, they won 1, lost 2.
Yeah.
They had a chance to win the series. I think they lost in a nut cutter the last game of the series, I believe. Could have easily been 2-1. They're 1-2, and now they go to Arkansas. Obviously, Arkansas is number 3 team in the country. The line for that game is 2.5. Arkansas's favored by 2.5.
Yeah.
Right.
Would you say South Carolina?
I got
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Would you say South Carolina is stumbling out the gate?
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Nobody saw that. It got taken off the internet.
It's like the LeBron dunk. Never
It
happened.
got taken off the internet.
I haven't even seen it, so I don't know anything about it.
I got Arkansas winning this and the series. Sorry, Coach.
Yeah, I got Arkansas winning this industry. But the thing is like you said, they played good ball last weekend. Talking about South Carolina, I expect them to play good ball again this weekend. And we've seen this with Coach with new teams. Like, we have a unique view of this because we were on one of those new teams of his. Obviously, you were year 3, but I saw years 1 and 2 as well. And that messaging, that push, it takes a little while. It's not a him thing, but it's the way he coaches and the way he goes about stuff. It takes a little while, and people have to get bought in and then really kind of get the wheel going. So I think he's kind of right at that spot where the team is they're going to play well. They may not be right over the hump, and I think it's still going to take a little bit longer. So I got Arkansas winning tonight and winning the series.
I'm on that. Lloyd, what do you think?
Oh yeah, Arkansas sweep.
Arkansas sweep.
Yeah.
Okay. Mississippi State at Oklahoma.
They'll get hot later. This is a classic pulmonary thing. Just give them some time, and then they'll rattle off 15 in a row, and then you'll see them in the SEC tournament. They'll win that, and then they'll be like, "Oh, look at South Carolina."
Mississippi State at Oklahoma. This is
Oklahoma
this is a real
ranked number 10 in the
flip.
country.
I know, this is a coin flip one, man. Give me Oklahoma winning the series and winning tonight.
I got Mississippi State winning the series, actually.
Okay.
I don't look. The starter for Oklahoma this Friday has been lights out. Witherspoon, one of the twins, right? They're twins or brothers.
Kyson and Malachi.
Tyson's the Friday night guy, right?
Yeah, Kyson is the
Kyson.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So he's been lights out this year so far, but he's kind of been up and down a little bit. He's kind of taken that next step. The other two guys haven't been as dominant. Obviously, Cam Johnson on Sunday, you never know what's going to happen with him. He's got the ability, but he's also got the ability to walk 7. Mississippi State's 0-3.
Yeah.
They are coming to LSU next weekend. They have 2 straight road series. I think they win the series. Lloyd?
What do you got, Lloyd?
I think Oklahoma wins tonight, and then I don't think they win on Sunday, so it really comes down to Saturday.
Yo, can y'all hear this at all? My dog is going absolute nuts outside right now.
I don't hear anything.
That smells like Wendy's.
Oh my God, bro. I feel bad for people walking on the street right now. He's on the balcony, literally like perched up, just barking his nuts off up there.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah,
nice soundproof
the right
doors.
way. Yeah, in that new studio already.
Man.
But I was just looking at Cam Johnson's stat line for the past 2 starts. South Carolina, 0 innings pitched, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, 9 pitches yanked.
Why?
9 pitches.
Did he start?
Is that an injury? Yeah.
He's listed as they started the first 1, 2, 3, 4 games he started, and then
So he went through 1 inning, 9 pitches, and didn't really have like a ton of.
he walked a guy and hit a guy.
Right.
But I don't know. Let's see.
He got through 1.
Let's see.
No, he
Yeah,
didn't
he
get
got
through
an
1.
out. Oh, you said no outs.
He didn't make an out.
Let's see if he started. Oklahoma.
Something had to happen.
Where's the starting pitching?
That doesn't sound like a line where someone gets yanked.
I agree.
That was his last start.
No, then the next. I guess we'll just say the next time he pitched, because he was their Friday night starter for the beginning of the year.
I thought he was a Sunday starter.
He started off early when they wanted to put him back at Oklahoma. He was starting like the Friday night games.
Okay.
And then his next line was, so I would be shocked if he was still in the starting lineup, but he went. Let's see if I can find it real quick. He was 2-0 in 6 starts. Yeah. So yeah, that was his. Started.
I'm trying to find the box score of.
Yeah, he started 6 games. UT Arlington, 1 inning pitched, 2 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, and 41 pitches, yanked after 1. So
41 pitches in 1 inning.
And they have him listed as a win as a starter.
Wow.
Or 6 starts with 2 wins.
Cam Johnson,
So
yeah.
I don't know if he's starting or not. It doesn't say. That's just the
Yeah,
final
wild.
stat line on that.
His last outing didn't start getting out, so I don't know. But I have Mississippi State. I mean, I have where am I at? I have Oklahoma. Wait, we're not on that yet. Yeah, we are on that. I have Mississippi State winning the series
Me too.
at Oklahoma. Is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Continue to monitor the Cam Johnson.
Is that the last one?
Nope. The last one's the big one. LSU Texas.
Oh, I don't know why I didn't think we did this one already. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
LSU Texas, obviously top 10 matchup. I think this is going to be a competitive. All 3 games are going to be competitive. I think it's going to be who's going to play the best defense, who's going to walk the least amount of guys, and you're going to need 1 or 2 hits throughout one, maybe probably 1 or 2 hits throughout the weekend, not necessarily per game. Throughout the weekend in a big moment, whether it's base loaded 2 outs and someone needs to come through with a big knock to be able to kind of put the game away or take the lead late in the game. I like LSU winning the series 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I got if LSU's pitching staff can return to form and throw the ball how we've seen them throw the ball early in the year, and I already alluded to this. Like I said, it's not necessarily on the stats part of it. I'm talking about literally smothering and suffocating the strike zone like they did early. If they're able to return to form and do that, it'll be their weekend. If they're not, I think Texas puts the rest of the top 10 in the world, the college baseball world, on alert. With that being said, I expect LSU to get the job done this weekend. Like I do think that that's where they're at. I think they're maturing and they're feeling themselves a little bit in how they perform and how they play. And I think last weekend was a big teacher to them in terms of how to go about dealing with the emotions of these types of games. So I think LSU wins the series.
Yep.
Are we going to do this again where we pick LSU to win every series?
No, we didn't pick them to win every series.
No,
last
I'm
year.
not.
It took us a while last year to be like, you know what? You're going to have to prove it to us. And we started going, LSU loses the series. And we weren't wrong in that regard, but
they haven't shown me anything this year to say that they haven't proven that they can win it.
I was just setting the table for this year. It feels more real to where it's okay to say LSU's going to take 2 of 3 in a series. I do believe that it's hard to bet against Cade Anderson. It really is. After what you've seen every Friday night so far, I'll still continue to say it, feels like he's underrated because he's gone out and shoved like a Friday night guy, and it's been so good. And he went his longest outing against Missouri, never really gave up 2 runs early, and then that game was close until it wasn't. And then my question to you is, do you believe they continue to go Cade Anderson, Connor Benj, or Cade Anderson Benj? That's been the duo that they've rolled out there.
And Benj's the sacrifice or the runs that Benj gave up, I think, were win-aided. He gave up back-to-back homers that were just into that jet stream in left field that last weekend. But maybe, I know Jay's shown that he likes Connor Benj, and he trusts Connor Benj to go out there and throw strikes and fill up the zone and be competitive on the mound. I don't know. I don't know why he decided Connor Benj is the guy to follow Cade.
Right.
But, I don't see that changing.
Yeah, it's been Benj. He has 8 innings pitched throughout the year, 7 innings, 5 earned. But yeah, I think some of the thought is that whenever Cade comes out, you have enough wiggle room to be if Benj gets going, we have time.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I think that's probably got a lot to do with it. I think he likes what he gets out of Connor in terms of where Cade has gotten these games to. Because I was thinking the kind of saying it hasn't been necessarily I guess it hasn't been necessarily super close games or games that you felt like they didn't have a stranglehold on at the time. Like, I'm not saying the games are all blowouts, but you felt like they were in like a dominating or like driver's seat of the games when Cade's come out of the games. And I feel like that's why you've gotten him. But what if you possibly see somebody else this weekend? What if you possibly see somebody else? Because here's the thing. Your opportunity to see him throw twice this weekend, most likely, especially early this on, may not be back-to-back days, give him that day in between. But what if you see Coward throw tonight? What if he comes out and has the opportunity to throw again on Sunday at some point? We've seen him get used like at a very extensive role already. What if this is the first opportunity to say, hey, if we really need to lock one down where it's kind of been back and forth and it's been a super tight game and we don't feel like we're in the driver's seat of this thing yet, but like we could be, maybe he comes in here and he's and then available again on Sunday. That's possible.
Depending on if he throws, 1 or 2 innings potentially, and just bridging the gap to Evans in the 9th potentially. Depending on, I think that's gonna be a feel thing.
Because that's why I brought it up is because there's one more name now in that bullpen with William Schmidt that you could see kind of take over that another person that could go extended innings, and if you want to use Cowan in a game where maybe it's 4-2 in the going into the 7th or at the top of the 6th, and you have to put somebody on with runners on, and it's Cowan. Like you feel like we want to win this one because we're already ahead in game 1 of an SEC game away. Like let's put this thing to bed, and then you can go Ianson if he continues to not be able to go deep in ball games that has been his like bugaboo lately. Then you have a pseudo starter that can come in and relief. So it just gives you another problem solver for a potential problem with Schmidt.
For sure. And I think to round out the weekend, I think when you have Chase Shores on Sunday, that's kind of like the ace in the hole that you have because you're going up against everybody's number 3 starter.
They don't have one.
Chase Shores is a guy that could be everybody's one, right? And so to have him on Sunday, it's just a relentless mental battle for these opposing teams. Like, hey, we got to go and lock in for 27 outs 3 days in a row because the starter – to the back end of the bullpen is going to be coming out as hot. And having Chase Shores on Sunday, being able to say, hey, listen, you got through the first 2. It may be 1-1 in the series, but now you got to face a guy throwing 100 who really hadn't even hit his stride yet. So it's just, I think to me, he's kind of like the wild card. He's the guy that's like, damn, now we got to face that guy on Sunday after this long weekend. And I think that bodes well for LSU in future series, including this one.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I'm excited to see this one tonight.
So do we like it's up to 11 now?
Love that.
It's up to 11.
Ooh, I like the under on this one.
I took the under in the Missouri game.
And you had it
through.
You had it for a while.
That's why I have a little beef with Benj.
Yeah, you had it for a while, and then Benj went back to back. And you're like, damn, I don't have it anymore.
I was wondering why I was mad. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Got my ass up out the seat. Had to go walk around Alec box.
You were cruising. You're like, damn, they haven't done.
I see what's going on here.
They haven't done anything. It was 12 and a half, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, they haven't done anything offensively, and then back-to-back jacks. You're like, damn, that stinks. And then it ended up being 10-5. So that should have made you feel a little bit better. Like at least it wasn't like, damn, they scored 13. It was 12 and a half. You know?
No, it made it worse.
Okay, never mind. I'm trying to help you.
So I'm taking the over.
An L's an L. An L's an L, right, Lord?
I'm gonna take.
Ain't no victory.
I'm gonna take the under. I think. You're taking the over.
I took the under.
You took the under today.
No, I took the over today.
Okay, so I'm saying you took the over today.
He took the under at 10.5. He said.
Mm-hmm.
No, you took the over today.
I took the over. I took the under last week.
Oh, you took the over.
You took the under last week. Yeah.
I'm flopping for my Friday.
Last week, great.
All right, I like it. I like the under. I'm gonna take the under as well. You want to hear what my final parlay is and what the numbers are?
Mm-hmm.
I took Tennessee minus 1.5. I took Auburn money line, Florida minus 1.5, Texas A&M money line. That is odds of plus 1,792. 1,792.
So
1,792 are the odds to win that parlay.
10 to win 170.
10 to win almost 180.
Yeah.
170
and 92 cents.
179, right?
Yeah. And 80 cents.
I don't know how that works.
I just know that if it's 1,700 and I bet $10, something like that.
Something like that.
I'll let the app do the math for
Yeah,
me.
that's it.
You should have seen Mikey grinding on this Excel sheet. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck does sum mean?
I know what sum means. Why the fuck is it not working? Is the question.
That Excel sheet whipped that ass or what?
Yeah, he brought.
I didn't. The problem is I didn't make it. I was trying to fucking add to someone else's spreadsheet, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me.
He busted out the abacus.
All right. What we want to get to the seconds?
Nah,
You got a mistake of the day?
no. I was doing the doc. Hold on.
Okay, you don't have to have a mistake of the day.
I feel like I had one, but go ahead.
Go ahead with what?
Yeah, just move on.
Okay. You want to do curtain calls?
Oh yes. I hope they still have the video up.
Is this your curtain call? Or
It's my curtain call.
Okay.
But it got deleted off of the internet, as the PGA Tour is one to do whenever something goes viral on the internet. But I do have a picture. It was Patton Kazir. Did you see this? Patton Kazir? The punter punt? Oh, he probably hit it. Like, the hang time on this thing was the easy 4 seconds. Hell yeah, it's still up. But they deleted it. The PGA Tour did. But here it is. And this is an all-time moment for golfers everywhere.
Damn, Brandon Cook's coming back to
back to the Saints. How old is he? Not as old as you think, like 31.
Probably, yeah.
He's not as old as you think. Yeah, 100%.
Look, here's Patton Kazir.
He's a 3-time winner on the PGA
Burns the
Tour.
edge.
Kazoo!
Oh.
Yay, fellas. Don't want to see that.
Just divot right in the green. Big
Breaks the
putter.
putter. Knows it's bent.
Didn't he withdraw?
And bat back.
Bad, you can tell on the punt.
On the punt, yeah.
I think
So he went and picked up the, what did he putt with?
No, he went to go grab the old bump wedge. And then there's the bent putter. I guess you consider this a mistake of the day.
For the Auburn Tiger.
Auburn Tiger.
He's a
Going through
3-time
it.
winner on the
But
PGA
all-time
Tour
hang
and
time.
a little
3-time winner on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, he must not be playing well right now.
That is a great hang time.
that.
Not.
Auditioning
I'm assuming the greens probably did not like that.
No, not good for the
The
greenskeeper.
greenskeeper did not love that.
So we'll call that the mistake of the day.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like it.
That's a good mistake
I like
today.
it.
All right, now curtain calls. Jay, you got
You want
one?
me to lead it?
Yeah, you got one?
Yeah, I got one. Lloyd, I threw it to you in the email, but this whole Paul Skeens thing is literally it hasn't slowed down. The guy is continuing to win at life. He is continuing to win in your press releasings, if you will. But they just got released that a Paul Skeens rookie card sold for $1.1 million. To give you context, there is houses on the market in Pittsburgh right now that's a 5-bedroom, 7-bathroom house. That is on sale for $949K. Paul Skeens is not slowing down right now, fellas. This is
Only getting
unbelievable.
stronger. Only getting stronger.
Is this the one where that kid pulled the card and they
Yeah,
the
yep.
Steelers
I
tried-
don't know if it's that one. I don't. That's what I was wondering that too. I don't know if it's that.
No,
card.
it is.
It is.
It is.
Crazy.
the price of a whopping 5-bed, 7-bath home.
Where is that 5-bed, 7-bath home though?
$949 right there.
Oh, in Pittsburgh.
Well, yeah,
Yeah. In Pittsburgh.
that's incredible. Would you have bought your own card?
A lot. I mean, Mike Trout collects his own cards.
A lot of people do, yeah.
A lot of the players.
Apparently, what's his name? Bobby Witt's been going around like an incognito name where he's been buying up like all of his cards, and people don't know that it's him buying his
I
cards.
saw that. I saw an art. I saw maybe it was on a podcast or an interview. I don't know.
Well, he doesn't
Yeah.
even need to wear incognito anything. He cut his hair and got fat. He looks crazy.
Bobby Witt?
Yeah.
He's fat.
Have you seen him? He cut his hair. This is the shortstop for the Blue Jays. Who's that?
That's Bichette.
Oh yeah, Bo Bichette looks awful.
Okay.
Bo Bichette.
Yeah.
Not Bobby Witt is not.
No.
Yeah, he's at the Royals.
Same uniforms, same thing.
Yeah.
All right, my curtain call. And there's no real graphic for this because this guy's not a mainstream guy in the big leagues. But he's a former teammate of mine in Charlotte. He was a young kid. I say young kid. He was probably 25 in Charlotte, 26, and was on the big league roster with the White Sox, playing up and down, playing well when he got up there. But, you know, he was with the White Sox, so they kind of screwed the pooch there. Great kid, plays his ass off. Great golfer, Lloyd. You'd love him. His name is Gavin Sheets. He signs a minor league deal with the San Diego Padres and proceeds to hit 6 home runs in 7 days.
Call him up.
And announced yesterday that they purchased his contract and made the team out of camp. So love hearing those stories. Obviously, he's not going to be the only one that these stories come out of in spring training, of this guy just winning a position in spring training. A lot of people think spring training is just to kind of get ready for the season. But for a certain few, spring training is basically a tryout to try to make the team out of camp. And kudos to the Padres for saying, hey, you've proven that you deserve to be on here. We're going to reward you for it. And kudos to Gavin Sheets for actually doing that. Because knowing you got to go out and do that and then doing it with that pressure, that's impressive.
And while people may not like it and think that it's old hat, this never gets old to see for me because it harkens back to a young time in LSU basketball fanhood. Just his raw emotion and seeing him like act the way he does, got me all fired up again. I was happy for him, but
he loves basketball,
he's
dude.
a fucking lunatic, and I love it.
He loves basketball.
He just
and look, he's doing this, and he's celebrating with the people that they know he's leaving. And so you can't tell me it doesn't matter. And everywhere he goes, it's matter.
But it's the people that gave him a chance.
Yep.
And so I just thought that was like the old vintage Will Wade Selly. I was like, that man will bring it anywhere he goes.
He's missed. He's missed. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if LSU can try to figure something out. It's going to be very hard to swallow when they say, damn, we still haven't made the tournament, and they're in the Final Four at NC State somehow.
Swallow your pride every now and again.
All right, that's all we got for you on this beautiful Friday here from our home at Indigo.
Beautiful.
Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you can't watch us, but you like listening to us or anywhere you get your pods. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Lloyd, you going to try to get on the golf course?
Why not? I heard it was windy yesterday at the old.
They said it was brutal. I may have a surprise for you. I got to get confirmation this afternoon, but I may have a surprise for you. Jared, are you going to get on the course?
No, maybe Sunday, possibly. We'll see.
When are you gonna upgrade to the actual full round?
Maybe my next trip to Baton Rouge. Maybe we'll see.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna come in like.
Okay. Little do we know he's been
Sandbagging.com,
taking lessons with a pro
hell no
teacher, a
I
swing
haven't been
coach.
any lessons, so I'm gonna let y'all know that's definitely not going on. It's just you.
Any
boy out
YouTube?
there
Any YouTube lessons?
Just whacking them.
Any YouTube lessons?
No.
Not even looking at videos.
I haven't seen Scotty Scheffler on tour yet.
Wow. All right.
I got the only video I got is the 3 swings y'all saw. That's it.
Okay. I'm gonna go try. I wanted to go out today. I'm gonna go try out. I like to play around tomorrow. I'm gonna try. I'm working on it.
That would be excellent.
All
That
right.
was a good day to do it. LSU plays late. You should get it in tomorrow.
That's it.
You can be at the house chilling the rest of the night.
No doubt. SEC Network tonight, 7 o'clock. LSU Texas.
There you go.
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Peace.
Hit him with it. Oh, it's an okay show. Okay show.
Thumbs up, maybe.
We got a B+. We got a B+.
B+. Oh, LSU women's basketball Saturday night too. Bang. 9:15.
Saturday night. Yep.
Get in there.
9:15.
9:15.
You
Late
can watch
night.
both. Baseball game at 6. That one at 9:15.
And then Fred's at 11.
Fred's at 11.
Y'all let me know how that goes.
Yeah, golf cart time.